Part of the special features of Addicted to Joy is a little behind the scenes stuff. And I'd like to introduce you to Deni King. Deni was our sound mixer, and Deni and I've known each other for a really long time. I'll let her give you a little bit of her background. I've known her since the record plant in the late 80s or early 80s, right, Deni?
Yeah, I was there in the mid 70s.
Yeah.
Through the late 80s.
Yeah, I remember her there, but Deni graciously, with an incredible background in television sound and film sound and audio mixing and everything, Deni took on this project. And if you know anything about documentary photography and documentary filmmaking, you get what you get when you get it. And you try to get the best possible sound you can get, but a lot of times you just don't have that opportunity. And Deni put more Band-Aids on this project than anybody could believe. So I'd like to introduce you to Deni King, folks.
Hi. And that I was just talking to my husband about the scenes at the beach and the surf background that we had to deal with. Surf is particularly hard because if you cut into this piece, Richard, you're going to see that every bit of surf has a different character, not only level, coming and going, but the sound itself has a different character. So we had to EQ everything and still maintain the integrity of the voice and the sound of the voice, trying to match the surf cut to cut. That was the most difficult part of this documentary, sound-wise, were those, beach sequences. And of course, since it's beach-centric material, there was a lot of that.
Well, it was really incredible because as you look at who's in this film, you see these people have lived their lives on the ocean, and they were very impressed with the fact that you had this sensitivity to that, which is part of being a professional, but still having that sensitivity to it and not just doing this job to do this thing. You encountered some really unbelievable problems. We were in some locations that were incredibly reflective. When the moment is there, you try and grab it as a filmmaker. You try and do it.
Right, the small shaping rooms, or where Jerry Lopez was standing.
Yeah,
it was a hard surface box, and he was standing right in the middle of it. And what are you going to do? I mean, he's gonna talk, and you record the best you can. Some of the shaping rooms were, I think, I don't remember who it was, but it was a very narrow, like a train car room. And the sound, it was more echo than it was voice. But you have to dig it out. And then, of course, they're sanding in some of the sequences, and you have a fan blowing. So it was always something new.
Yeah, well,
but it gives you an idea of the character of the work and the culture, because they live this day to day, shaping these boards and living in this environment. And it was so true to that. You captured them in this environment, in the warehouse where they're blessing the board. The environments are unique to the culture.
Yeah, that scene was probably about 11:30 at night. And the blessing was, and I was standing there and I was watching it unfold in front of me, and I went, holy cow, this is right. What do I do here? And you can't interrupt it. I mean, it would be completely disrespectful to interrupt it. And you have to kind of go, okay, what can I do here? And boy, I'd like to have them all mic'd and everything, but I don't. And I'm not going to recreate this, and I'm going to let this magic happen. And
great moment. And there was so much humor and heart in it. And the community of these people, these guys and these women who are so close and brought closer by their craft and their culture. It was a really good moment. You were lucky to get that.
Yeah, I think I've been lucky to get every moment in the film. Yeah. but I'm really grateful for it. But one thing you learn when you really become and really start to work on being a filmmaker is if you don't have good audio, you really don't have anything.
Yeah.
Because you can fix stuff with B-roll and you can fix stuff with stills and you can fix stuff. But if you don't have good audio, you really have an unwatchable product.
Yeah.
And
say, your environment is what it is. If you have someone sitting at the beach and the surf is pounding in, you're going to get what you get. It's very hard to get any level on the voice, and you have all this white noise from the surf. So you end up using a couple of mics, doing what you can, and you have to deal with it in the mix pretty much. We worked on it a lot. And Wendy.
you worked on it way more than you probably should.
You gave me the feedback. I can work on it for a certain period of time, but after you go over the same 20 seconds over and over it and trying to dig the voice out and make the room sound natural, I need feedback. And so I would do a pass, and then you guys would look at it and give me that feedback, and then I could go back with fresh ears. So it really was a team effort that helped me to, tune in the sound and make it pretty even across the board.
The film has been a collaborative effort all the way across the board, and
yep.
There's a lot of good mana in it. There's some really, it's been made with a lot of love, and I'm incredibly honored that people have opened up and said they'd help. It's great. Deni, I hope you have a fantastic afternoon.
You too, and thank you. I'm so glad a lot of people are going to get to see this piece. It's wonderful. It's come
a long way. It's 8.5 years, and overnight success, But but
8.5 years of overnights.
Yeah, but you just have to believe in it, and you have to believe in your message that you have and the work you're doing. And I did, and a lot of people did. So thanks very much for this afternoon, Deni. And I hope people get a little insight into how they can be handed something really ugly and bad, and it turns into something absolutely wonderful. So thank you so much for what you did, Deni.
You are welcome.
You have a great afternoon there. Bye-bye.
You too, Richard. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.